What's going on, everyone? It's Dan over here at Tech Marketer with your weekly newsletter yet again. This week, we are going to look at how I set up notice of cancellation / notice of repair pipelines inside of AgencyZoom. Now, if you remember, or if you've been with me long enough, you will recall a newsletter that I did previously on automating this using AdaptAPI. Now, you can still automate this, but this is for those who aren't using that service or any service like that, and they just need a place to put these service tickets so that you're not tracking them with a Google Sheet or constantly going into your carrier website or anything like that. Because let's be honest, we want to automate this process as much as possible because this is the least fun and the most expensive task that you can have your CSRs doing every day. So all you have to do, even if you're not using a service like Adapt, you can take 10-15 minutes every morning, create the service tickets, and then let the automation take care of everything else after that. So this is how I like to structure it here, right? These pending cancellation, payment scheduled, canceled, reinstating, completed. That's the perfect way to do it as far as I'm concerned. You may have a different one based on your workflow, and that's perfectly fine. So with each one of these, obviously, we're going to have automations built into them. So let's take a look at that. So on pending cancellation, this is obviously where the magic is going to happen here. So when you go in and you create this service request, so I'm going to pick on Sean here really fast. So all I have to do is come up here and add this service request, or I can just come over here and create a service request. So I'm going to do this right here, and we're just going to say non-pay cancellation. So we're going to drop it into the correct pipeline. We're going to drop it into the correct stage. And if you want to associate the policy to it, that's fine. Make sure you use the correct service category as well. So I've got pending cancellation. You can have pending non-pay cancellation if you want to make it even more specific. That's perfectly fine. And then if you have a assignment group that is set for non-pays or anything like that, I'm just going to round robin it to the CSRs here. So here's this guy. I'm just going to put test, and I'm going to put test over here too. So when you create this, you want to make sure that you have that late pay dollar amount due and that late pay due date custom field filled out. And I'll show you why and what I'm talking about here. So this is obviously going to drop him into there. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Those custom fields that I'm referring to right here, late pay dollar amount, late pay due date. Make sure those are filled because in those automations, we're going to reference them, right? So this automated email is going to say, we've been notified that you owe this much due by this date. To avoid elapsing coverage, give us a call or go to your carrier's website, right? We're going to do this for a couple weeks, sending them emails, sending them text messages, and then there is a call reminder for your CSR as well. It is good to at least give them one phone call reach out, but then let automation take care of all the rest of them here. So this is going for 10 business days, right? So that's going to be at least 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, I've got a shot clock here set to go and put it over into the canceled stage, right? Which is this guy right here. Now this one, there's still a slight chance that you can get them reinstated depending on how long they've been canceled. And that's what these emails are saying. And that's why they're so short in between here, right? So business day 1, 3, and 5. So within a week, they're getting 3 more emails saying, if you call, we may be able to get you reinstated, right? And if you don't, it's going to be very difficult, especially towards the last email here. It's going to be very difficult. You might have higher premiums or no options in the future. So all of this is obviously to create some urgency, to get some education to the client, and also to protect you. They can't come back and say that you never told me that I was pending cancellation. You can go back to this automation and say, well, I've sent you 8 emails, 3 text messages, and left you a phone call and left you a voicemail, and you never paid on any of them. So there's a reminder on business day 7 here. If they still haven't reached out and made payment, just go ahead and close the service ticket. They're gone. Let them be gone. Now, if they call during this pending cancellation stage, right, and they're in here, we want to put them in a payment scheduled. So that one, there's nothing actually going out to the client, right? We don't want to annoy them on that one. We just got some tasks created for the CSR here just to see if the payment was completed. There's also a step in here for repairs. I'll talk about that in a second. So check if the payment was completed, check if it was completed, check if it was completed, right? You're just looking to make sure that the payment posted and that the cancel order has been rescinded. Now you can also use this pipeline for repairs, right? And this one is going to be, you've got some emails going out pending cancellation here. It's going to be the same thing, right? Your insurance company let us know and let you know that there's some repairs needed. Let us know when you have got those scheduled. Keep sending those for a couple weeks. And then again, if they reach out and say, yes, it's been scheduled, drop them into this payment scheduled or repair scheduled, and they'll be tasked so that you can follow up with them. like I said, once they are canceled, if they do make their payment, whatever, they're reinstating, drop them over into this reinstating stage, right? Again, there's just tasks, just making sure that the policy actually got reinstated, that nothing slipped through the cracks on you here. You can add as many tasks as you want. Typically 2 weeks is plenty. But that's it. That's the easy way to do this, right? Like I said, you can do this manually, even if you don't have any automation dropping them into this pipeline. You saw me, it took me 30 seconds maybe to create that service task. So go to your carrier website, pull them, have your CSR do that, take 15 minutes every morning, create these, and then let the automation take care of the rest of them. Save you guys some time. It's much better to have them work for 15 minutes to create these manually than it is for 3-4 hours trying to follow with these people all day long. So that is this week's newsletter. Hopefully that was valuable for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll talk to you next week. See you guys.